What's up, everyone? We are back in the garage today working on this 2008 Yfz450 engine. This is the carbed 450 engine. I actually built this thing many years ago for my buddy, and it's time for a top end service. We have our cylinder works kit with the Vertex piston. These things are great. We are going to do the timing chain as well, so I got the stuff for that. His timing chain guide, one of them at least, was broken when I took it apart. You can see that guy goes on that. Good thing we found all those pieces. We did send the head out to B&R. This thing is fully serviced, fresh, ready to go. Awesome job by him, and a huge thank you. What we'll do is we're going to do the timing. We're going to take this apart in time lapse just to make it quick, but then everything else we will do in real time. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Well, let's get to work. Alright guys, we've got the flywheel side opened up. We have our timing chain. I'll show you guys the part number. You can see. Pop this in. Just drop it in from the top. You're gonna just put it on the little sprocket that's on the crankshaft. Like that. Then we need to just pop our guide back in. I have to go like this. So these are like 86 inch-pounds. I think I have it on 85, 86, or 7.2 foot-pounds, whichever you prefer to use. My 3/8 driver will not go down that low, so I gotta use the 1/4 inch one, which is fine, not a problem. That's that. All right, then we can put the flywheel back in. Make sure you guys do not drop the key. This one's still in there pretty good, so it didn't come out. Just line that up, and then it will go right in. Got this little gear that's gotta go back in for the starter. So this nut is 47 foot-pounds. This one we can use our bigger torque wrench. So let me see, 47's right there. There's a 17 mil. You're gonna have to try to hold it. It's a little tricky. Try to hold the flywheel with an open end like that. It's definitely a little tricky, but I think we can get it. Close, it's close. There we go, so that's that. We do have a fresh gasket. Just one of the pins came out. We pop that in. Nice new gasket. All right, we got the flywheel cover. So 8 mils on the inside, and then the 8 mils that are around the cover. Pretty straightforward. These are also 7.2 foot-pounds, or like 86 inch-pounds. All right, we had that guy there. This guy here. All right, we can torque these all down. Just got to spin that till it locks in all the gears into the starter, and then onto the flywheel gear. Case cover can go back on, a case saver I should say. And then the shift lever. I did mark that so I know exactly where it was. All right, now it's time to get the top end going. All right, we got our piston opened up. We're gonna put one circlip in now, just to make it easier, which we'll put this side in. Just be careful with these, they can sometimes fly off. You don't want them to fly off on the engine, that's for sure, but just hold it really good. Use a pick or a tiny screwdriver, and you can just kind of pry it right inside the hole. This and go this way. Come on. see it in there. It's pretty good. All right, now we're just going to do the rings. We do have the piston facing forward, the arrow's going forward. So we'll start with the oil ring. So on this one you want the gap in the back. Make sure it goes together and doesn't like overlap on the ring. And then you have the two additional oil rings. So this one will go like that. Do the bottom first, right here. You need to adjust them while they're in. I'm just going to move this other one a little bit over. Alright, that's good. And this one will go kind of the opposite. With the back corner kind of just offset of the center. The directions are right in the package as well. So I'll show you guys. Probably hard to see, but so this is the back of the piston, that's your center line. So the oil, that center oil ring, the 2 points meet right there, and then the top one, it's offset right there, and the lower one is offset right there. And then for the top two, it's kind of the same thing, but just the opposite. They face forward, and you have one gap there, and the lower one is on the right. So you're going to do the same thing. Make sure you have the letters facing up on these rings, on the compression rings. That is important. They do have like a groove in them, so you don't want to mess that up. So I always check to see which one is which. It looks like that one is the top. Now this one's the top. So the black one is the bottom one. So you're gonna pop that on there. Like that. It's gonna kind of face like that angle. And then this one will be the same thing, just the opposite. And you can fine tune them too once you get them in. They do move around a little bit. Like this one is out of its position right there. Alright, so we get those about even. It's kind of like where you have your little holes for the valves. So you got one right there, and then the 2 oil rings are kind of like the same right there. So these look really good. Now we're going to get this thing onto the rod. So we have our wrist pin. We're going to just put a little oil on the rod. Just work it in. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the wrist pin as well, just so it slides in nice and easy. So what you can do, make sure you got the piston facing the right way. You can get it started like that and just line it up and push it through. Right there. And now we just got to get the other circlip on. Make sure you have a rag covering the hole in the engine because you don't want to lose this guy, that's for sure. If you do mess up the orientation of the rings while doing this, don't worry, you can go back and you can just adjust them once this is done. It's very simple. They all move pretty easily. Come on, this thing's like stuck in here. All right, there we go. All right, so we'll get this thing started like that. All right, so we get this thing started like that. you just heard it. I think you might have heard it just snap in. So that's good. We can get rid of our rag and put our base gasket on. The nice thing about these kits, they come with all the top end gaskets. They actually come with valve seals, some of the O-rings, which is nice. Pretty solid top end kit. So here is our base gasket. That's on place, so we'll just double check these rings, make sure the rings are good. That one looks good. There's the yellow one. Yeah, those look good. So the rings look good. So now it's time for the cylinder. I'm just going to tuck the timing chain down like that, and I'll grab it with my pick after. Make sure you wipe down the new cylinder. I also will put a little oil in it, so it makes it go a little smoother. Try to slide it right in nice and easy. So here's the kind of tricky part. It's not super hard, but you just gotta work it. You don't want to twist it. I always start from like the back, and I kind of push the back rings against the cylinder, and then I push the front parts with my fingers all the way around. And if you do it right, it'll slide right in. You might just have to try like one ring at a time. Push them down. You get the front one that's kind of hitting. There we go. Just check both sides. You can see this side's not kind of quite in. Try to do it even. Do not twist it. You just want to go up and down. That's it. Don't twist it because you'll mess up the ring orientation. If you got to pull it back up to kind of readjust, then you can do that. I'm definitely getting stuck on the oil ring. Alright, so I'm just going to pop this up just a touch so I can push the oil ring in. Definitely getting stuck right there. It's tough to get. Come on. Almost. There we go. All right, and we can just slide this straight down. I'm going to put this bolt in here just loosely, just to hold it. We will have to reset our top dead center as we just messed that up by pushing it down, the rod push down. Just gonna snug this one just a little bit. That's it. And then we can grab our timing chain. Right there. All right, so we can just crank it. I'm gonna crank it a couple times, make sure everything looks good. It looks like it's pretty good. We'll get back to top dead center. Right there. We'll wipe off this oil. Get our compression gasket, put these little dowels in. Compression gasket. Now what I like to do for this part, just to make it easier, is I like to just put a zip tie on the timing chain to guide it through the head, and then you can grab it easily like that. So now we can get our head. We need that guy. All right, that's that. Now we can do the head gasket. Oh, backwards. All right, now we can feed the head through. Let's grab the zip tie, line up the guides. Just have to push this back one in, like so. Just like that. All right, we can cut this zip tie off. I just use a screwdriver, hold the timing chain for now. We're just gonna put these two little nuts on for now, just to hold this. And then we'll do our head bolts. Pop our head bolts in. So these kind of have like a three-step process. It's just like the EFI engine. We're gonna make our first pass. Oh, I believe it's 22 foot-pounds. And then you will loosen them up and you'll go to 14, and then it's another two-step process after that. So let's just get this thing down to 22. There's 20, there's 22. Crisscross pattern. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. Then we will loosen them, and we're gonna go 14 foot-pounds next. All right, do it all over again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so then now just 2 more steps. We're basically gonna mark them with a Sharpie, mark the heads. I mark the inside of each bolt on the inside of the head. Same thing with the ones on the outside. And we're gonna do 2 passes, 90 degrees each. We'll do all 4 90 degrees. And then we'll do a second pass, another 90 degrees. And basically we just want that line to be on the outside of the head, so. All right, so the first pass is there, and we finish them off. That looks good. That one looks good. Good. Last one. That looks pretty good. So I'll show you guys if you can see. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the mark, but I have a little Sharpie mark right here. So we drew it on the inside, then we went 90 and 90, so they all face out. We did that to all 4 head bolts. So now we will work on the cam caps and getting those in time. And hopefully you guys can see this pretty good. I wish I had the camera up over me, but I don't have any way to really do that. So we'll just do the best we can. All right, so we'll put a little bit of oil in here. We're gonna start with our exhaust cam. Let's just double check that we are top dead center. We might have to just make a little adjustment. Let's go to the back. Yeah, right there. Right, so we are top dead center. Cam chain is free. What we will do quickly is we will just tighten these last smaller bolts on the head. That one's good. It's funny how this head has the studs on it, and on the EFI one it just has 2 more bolts, kind of like the bottom bolt on the cylinder. It's funny how those are different. Alright, so we can start with the exhaust cam. There's a timing mark on the cam, you guys can see. Hopefully you can see that little dot right there. The lobes will face out and up just slightly. Get rid of our screwdriver and drop that guy in. So if you just line that dot up parallel with the head, my dot is right there. That one's good. We get our intake cam, same deal. It has a timing mark dot right there. Actually, that's not the right one. This is the right one right here. That first one, same thing, lobes facing out and up at a little bit of an angle. So this might take a couple tries, but I think we'll get it. So we're definitely a little high. We're gonna come down like 3 teeth. 1 more. So right there looks pretty dang good. Try to let you guys see this closer. So there's a timing mark right there, and the timing mark right there. Our mark is still good on the flywheel. I know it's tough to see, but all those marks look good. So then we can just put our little the cam cap holders in, and then our covers. I'm gonna put a little more oil on top of these, just a little. So these are the same thing. They are 85 or 86 inch-pounds. You're gonna do them in a crisscross pattern. And just do them by hand at first. All right, now we can torque them down. One more time. That looks pretty good. Now we can do our timing chain adjuster. Timing chain adjuster, we do have a fresh gasket on this guy. Make sure it is facing up. It is marked, it says up. You also have to wind it in. Make sure you wind it in. You just take off the cap, use a small flathead screwdriver, and then you can wind it up. And then once this is installed, we can release the timing chain tensioner, and she'll be good to go. You can give her a couple cranks. Double check the timing. So you just put a screwdriver in there, and then that thing engaged. We'll give us some cranks. First we're going to take the plug out. There's a brand new plug in there. So just to make it easier to crank, we'll take that out. Do some cranks. All right, plug's out. We're going to just crank her over a little bit and then recheck our timing. Should be coming close now. Right there. Cams look good, both facing out. Put the plug back in. And then put the valve cover on. She is good to go. Timing plugs back in. And then the little nut for the timing chain adjuster, tensioner. and the valve cover. And that is a wrap. All right, guys, she is a wrap. I did just throw on the oil lines quick. I did use some new copper washers. I think these are like 13 or 14 foot-pounds of torque. You torque all three down. I didn't film that, so not a big deal. Here's some of the old stuff. Cam chain guide, the old piston, and the old cylinder. Didn't look too bad. And then the old timing chain. So this is an easy one, a little fun one for me. I don't mind. I kind of like doing the engine. So that's a wrap for this one. Like I said, next up, we should be seeing the last of the parts for this girl. So this will be the next garage video series. We'll probably have a few videos because we do have a decent amount of stuff on here. So we'll try to keep the videos in real time, but we'll make them short. So we'll, we have the exhaust, the harness, the new intake, the new board throttle body, some new levers, new clutch plates, new air filter. The Vortex finally came, that's reprogrammed. So we'll have maybe 2 or 3 videos on that girl. We gotta clean this girl. We did ride her this past weekend. Not super dirty, but she needs a cleaning. And then we have this girl. We're just waiting on the last few things. Check this out. We gotta pop that in, the JLS Motorsports clear oil cover. Always a nice touch. But that's a wrap for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. That helps me a ton. And drop some comments. Let me know what you think about this 08 Yfz450 top end build. And if you're not yet, please subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. All right, peace.